Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the next Chit-Chat Café. So my name's Carolyn Barber from the Good Mental Health Co-op. I'm joined today by Sarah Haskett, also from the Good Mental Health Co-op and Creative Mental Health, and Adam. So Adam Blackwell is the facilitator of one of our new courses on the Mental Wealth Academy. Our amazing Mental Wealth Academy program, which is starting this week. Adam's course is Fitness for Wellbeing, which is actually starting next Monday. So a week today, a week tonight at this time at 7:00 next Monday. So we're here to hear a bit more from Adam about his course, and please let us know if you're listening in or ask any questions in the chat. So Adam, do you want to tell me a little bit about the background to you running fitness courses and Fitness for Wellbeing courses? What's the background to it?
Yeah, so I'm an engineer by trade. Have been, well, since I was sort of 17. I got into it, and a semi-regular gym goer. And basically, sort of a few years ago, I was sort of out of shape, and I wasn't in a particularly good place mentally. And I decided, that I needed to change that, and through exercise, and I sort of losing my word. Sorry. I started to change that, and I really fell in love with fitness. And then as I started to improve, I decided that I wanted to know more. So I did my level 2 and level 3 qualifications, and then eventually at the end of last year, I left my job as an engineer and went full time as a personal trainer. And I haven't looked back since, although sometimes with the current situations you kind of go, did I do the best thing there? But no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So
yes, who could have predicted what was going to happen?
Quite.
Yeah, you could never have anticipated that. So
no.
But that's really cool. I've actually seen, I checked out your Facebook page, and I saw some photos of you before you started this journey, and some of the comments that you've made about how how getting into fitness had sort of transformed things for you and provided like confidence and just kind of overall well-being and sense of self, and I wanted to kind of ask you a bit about that.
It's funny it's sort of a vicious cycle. I was quite a large man, and therefore my ability to do things, sort of some basic things, even going out for a walk, getting out of breath, things like that, had a degree of a detrimental effect. It's almost a vicious cycle. I wasn't feeling very good mentally. I wasn't able to do I didn't feel as though I was able to do some relatively basic stuff, running around with my children, things like that, which then feeds into that sort of negative feeling and sort of maybe self-loathing, that sort of feeling. And like you say, you then become body confident, which then has a knock-on effect as well. And again, through fitness, changing my diet, things like that, I was able to regain some of the confidence that I had of maybe a younger version of me, as I then became more able and sort of, it was able to turn that circle into a positive circle so that I could feel good about the exercise. I was able to do more, and therefore I was more positive about myself in lots of different areas. It does. I think it sort of speaks for itself a little bit there.
Yeah, how it kind of ripples like that. But I think in terms of you start to make some action, and then how that sort of transforms your confidence, and then in turn that creates more action. But I wanted to ask something that I often kind of wonder about when I see people's transformative stories like this is what makes that difference for you that kept it going. Because you see a lot of people that will do, a short bit of work, and they might get to a point, but then we tend to lose that momentum.
Yeah.
What helped you keep the momentum going? What's made it life-changing rather than just a little spat?
God, that's a really good question. There's lots and lots of factors that play into it. Firstly was that I was probably at the lowest point I had ever been, so I knew something had to change, and if I wanted to get better, which I did at the time, I had to make a substantial change. But then there are other things that I like to focus on. One of the key things that I do a lot within my sessions is I tell my clients to focus on the little wins, because with each little win, it can be a little bit of a motivator. Yeah. It's when we set goals, if we set realistic, sort of achievable, obtainable goals, and use those as milestones to fuel the progress. So again, going out for a walk with my kids and not being as out of breath as I was maybe a couple of weeks ago, that was the little win for there. And then I would use that, and it's very difficult, and that's why I find being a personal trainer so rewarding, is because I get the luxury of saying to these people that maybe don't necessarily see those little wins, I can go, look, this is the improvement that you're making. This is the excellent work you're doing. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. It's because it's your journey independently. So it's all really good stuff.
That makes a lot of sense. And I often I think we struggle because we look for big rewards. We want to see instant results. We want, we're looking for immediate gratification.
Yeah.
But actually, that is very short term, isn't it? And what's the long term thing is looking at the little things. Concentrate on the little wins.
100%. Sometimes I know some days that in my previous experience, that some days the little win was dragging myself out of bed, and that was a big thing. I've managed to get out of bed. I've done a little bit of self-care, and I've eaten, or whatever it is, or I haven't overeaten, no matter whatever the situation is, and that was the little win of that day. And it's important to appreciate the little things, they say, and I think it is important.
Yeah, you're back, Carolyn.
I think I'm back.
A minute.
My connection looks a bit stronger. Sorry about that. Can I ask you something about the actual course that you're running, Adam? It's 5 weeks, isn't it? 5 sessions. What could people expect to learn over those 5 weeks?
Okay, so throughout the 5 weeks, we'll be focusing on different muscle groups within the body. Each week will sort of build up in exercises in sort of a certain muscle group, and then with the final week being sort of an all body, slightly not harder, but slightly more progressed workout over the course. But the most important thing will be teaching correct form, keeping everybody safe, and hopefully when people partake, they will learn that that feel good factor that comes at the end. That's what I want people really to take away, is that no matter how much you feel your ability is, that getting a little bit of hard work done and feeling that sort of reward for the work that you're quite what's the word, your stimulus and hormones and chemicals in the brain released, that will help you be satisfied and go, I did quite well there, and hopefully that will then fuel on to the next one.
Okay. And what about practicing in between? Do you know what I mean? Is that something that helps with the whole course?
Yeah, so I mean, anything, especially so aftercare, so something that we call DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, is something that can occur from exercise, and that is, it's a perfectly normal thing. That's where, if you've been out for a long walk, and the next day you might have achy legs, that's just because the muscles worked really, really hard, and it's repairing itself. So there are things that in between the course that you can do to sort of help this. And I would say one of the best things is, especially if you're a bit achy, is get it moving again. It doesn't have to be another full workout. But if you have got sore legs, maybe go out for 10-15-minute walk, or slightly longer, however long it is, sort of suited to you. Also, water intake is a good one. Really keeping on top of your fluids, and just drinking lots of water, just to help push the stuff out, and that will help keep you ready for the next session. And any sort of basic movements, anything that we cover in the session, will be repeatable. That you can either go back over, or take away and practice again, sort of. Maybe a day or so, 2 days later, because it's also very important to rest after exercise, so that your muscles can recover, and then you can be fresh for whenever your next session is.
So just thinking, if someone wants to sign up for the course, what do they need to take part? Do they need a certain amount of space, or any other equipment or things that they might think they have to have ready?
So a good bit of a good sort of area, sort of living room space, somewhere that you can sort of put your arms out and sort of swing around. You're not going to hit anything. Is ideal. Sort of comfortable sports clothing, and appropriate sports footwear as well. That's sort of very important, and water to hand as well, because there will be rest periods in between sort of parts of the session, and again, keeping hydrated is very important throughout exercise. As far as equipment goes, I'm going to try and keep everything as body weight as possible, but I will explain session to session progressions of the exercise if people of a potentially more advanced nature could use it. So whether that be something as simple as the washing basket with the washing in it, or tins of beans, out of the cupboard. So there's no sort of demand for exercise equipment necessarily.
Okay. Oh, that sounds brilliant. So I guess the main thing is, enough room to stretch out your arms, and comfy clothing and water. That's
yes. And a smile. That's all we ask, a smile.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's brilliant. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about the course, or?
I think one thing I would say is, to anybody who's maybe teetering on the edge, thinking about doing it, is I would say sign up for it. Sign up for any of the courses, any of them that you're sort of thinking about doing, because even if on the night you're not feeling up to it, it'll be there in the library. And also, even if you just turn up to watch, and build your confidence up, if you don't sort of sign up, then you leave yourself in the unknown. So I'd really just encourage everyone to sort of give it a go, because what's the worst that can happen?
Definitely. Yeah, I like that.
Well, it sounds brilliant, Adam. I think it's going to be a popular course, isn't it?
I hope so. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, so are we. It's going to be great to host. Great. So it's been really good to kind of come and get you on and have this chat. And just to say that if anyone watching the stream, we were having a few technical problems at first, which I think I got sorted like mid-flow. So to watch the whole video, I will upload it from the beginning. So don't worry if you've missed anything. We're not quite sure whether there was something important earlier on. We were just really talking about the benefits of fitness and Adam's personal story. So I will upload that. But if anyone's got any questions, you can always drop them in the chat. And yeah, thanks for coming on.
No, thank you. It's been great. It's nice to chat.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so shall we say farewell? And,
should we remind everyone of the date? What is it? It's next week, isn't it? Is it
a week today?
A week today. It's the Monday. So on the 1st.
I think it's the 1st of March, isn't it?
So is it March?
I don't know. All the days blend into one at the moment. So
that's right. 1st of March at 7:00.
You'll put the link, won't you, in the chat, Sarah? So anyone can just go on the link, check out the course, and yes, get signing up.
Yes, brilliant, great stuff.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.